What is up, effing true followers? JC Styles here. The intro is back. I got my room back. I'm reviewing games. I'm reviewing wrestling. I am back. Me and Brian are going to hook up in about 15 minutes once this video is done, and we are going to shoot our over the limit predictions. So I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to read off WWE All Stars roster. Then I'm going to get into the gameplay and the game modes. And then I'll put the links in the description box so you guys can see what the achievements are like, or trophies if you have the PS3. For those of you who are going to ask JC what your gamer tag is, I will put that information in the description box. Unfortunately, at this point in time, Brian 360 is not working right now. He is in the process of getting his refurbished, so his gamer tag will be up and running again, hopefully, or he will possibly have a new gamer tag for everybody. So let me get right into this. With that being said, WWE All Stars, the roster, for those of you who don't know, first I'm just going to say this right out there. This game really isn't worth the $60. For those of you out there who are interested in picking this game up, I think GameStop is running a sale right now. Buy 2 used games, get the 3rd free. If you were to pick this up, I would probably suggest doing it that way, just because the fact is that this game is fun. It's fun for the first, like, I want to say, half of the trophies, half the achievements. But then it gets repetitive. It's the same thing with WWE SmackDown vs. Raw series. If you don't really have people to play with, against, I should say, or if you're looking really to go online and play, it's kind of hard, because I tried playing this game online against random people, and either they cheat, they use weapons. Well, they don't use weapons. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, they do. They glitch. They glitch it so they can you can't punch or block or anything like that. So it makes the game hard. It makes the game uninteresting, unfun, friendly, uncompetitive, because it's just when someone's just kicking your butt because they know how to glitch, it's not right. So. So I mean, I play with a couple of my buddies on this. The online is a lot better than the SmackDown versus Raw. It's less laggy, it's less jumpy. I mean, it was a smooth gameplay, no lag, button delay or anything like that. You hit the X button to punch, you were punching. I'll get into the roster. For the Legends side, we had, and this is also including the DLC. You have The Rock, Honky Tonk Man, Dusty Rhodes, Ted DiBiase, Andre the Giant, The Macho Man, rest in peace, Bret the Hitman Hart, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Eddie Guerrero, rest in peace, Sergeant Slaughter, Mr. Perfect, also rest in peace, Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels, Jake the Snake Roberts, Jimmy Snuka, The Hot Rod, Roddy Piper. Now for the WWE side, the superstars, we have Ted DiBiase, Cody Rhodes, John Cena, Triple H, Rey Mysterio, John Morrison, Big Show, Kofi Kingston, Sheamus, Randy Orton, CM Punk, The Miz, Drew McIntyre, Undertaker, Jack Swagger, Kane, and Edge. Now, I'll give you an instance. For instance, the game is kind of basically take WWE or WWF at the time, WrestleMania Arcade and WWF In Your House, the video games, the arcade versions, mix it with the TNA button controls and WWE Superstars and insanely beastie graphics and physical appearances. I mean, guys like Rey Mysterio look like they're like super jacked on steroids. I mean, this game was meant to be arcadey. It was meant to be fun. I enjoyed it up until I got like 70 to like I think 80 or 90% of the achievements. The only achievements I think I'm really missing are like the online ones. Again, like I said, with people cheating, it kind of makes the game unfun, uninteresting online. You had game types. You had for exhibition, you had like one-on-one, triple threats, tag team matches, elimination tag matches, elimination triple threat, elimination fatal 4-way, extreme rules, triple threat, fatal 4-way, one-on-one, tag match, elimination. You had steel cage. Then you had like their story modes were Path of Champions, which was you had Path of Champions for the Undertaker, where you have to beat him at SummerSlam, and then you got the very cool and fun path for that. You have the fun path for Randy Orton for the WWE Championship, or the World Championship. I'm sorry. Then you no, the WWE Championship. Then you have the tag team championships with D-Generation X, where you have to face them. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I got like most of the achievements. There was like I'll put the achievements list in the description boxes, links to the websites and stuff like that in the description box, so you guys can have all the information that I'm reading off to you. Uh, but the created wrestler was very bad. I mean, you couldn't really custom create your own entrance or move set. You had to pick a pre move set or uh, pre entrance. The only thing you were actually able to create your appearance, and you're also only able to pick your finisher, which I thought was really bad. It kind of reminded me of TNA Impact's created superstar. But overall, I mean, the game was fun. It had all the aspects of it. I mean, the high flying, the reversals were ridiculous at times, because like you would think you would come off the top rope, and there's no way that a guy can reverse it in mid move, and but it was different to see that, because it's not something like that in WWE, where like a guy comes off the top rope with a cross in SmackDown vs Raw. He comes off with a cross body block, and you can reverse it into a body slam. You don't really see that. So it was unique in its own way, and then it was fun and interesting. But again, like I said, it lacked so much. I mean, it could have been a lot more interesting. It could have been a lot more fun. Some of the wrestlers that they had were kind of questionable. I mean, yeah, it's some of the current hottest WWE superstars, and then some of the most hottest legends. I mean, and it was very interesting though. I mean, to unlock also bad pick thing about this was that to unlock all the finishers and all of the finishers for the wrestlers and the custom attires, you had to beat Path of Champions like 2 times or 3 times, or create or beat compete in 10 matches with every wrestler to unlock their attires. There's like 40 wrestlers there, and it's kind of hard to do that. So it was like I gave up halfway through. I mean, like I said, I got like 80% of the achievements, so I'm happy with that. Also, like I said, my gamer tag is going to be in the description box. But again, it could have been better. It could have been interesting. But hey, it's their first concept for this type of game. Now they know what they have to do. They have to correct these problems for the next one. But like I said, it's not really worth the $60. If you're interested in picking this up, I would wait just a couple of more weeks until the price drops. I think it's still like $59.99 brand new. But for right now, if you're bored with SmackDown versus Raw, I would suggest just go into your local Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, or game rental stores and just pick this up for a couple of days and try it out and give it your own take. And I mean, I know it's like I said, I always listen to my own. I always say you're always. I'm sorry. I gotta rephrase this right. No one is a better critic than yourself. It's the same. Like I'm the same way when it comes to video games. I'll rent it before I buy it. L.A. Noire, I rented it. From what I was able to play last night, it looks like it's gonna be an interesting game. But it's 3 discs, ladies and gentlemen, and it's not something that I would be actually physically interested in owning. It's just really a game to try to get by for the next couple of days, something interesting to play. But again, like I said, it's the same thing with All Stars. Rent it, try it out, get a feel for it. I know that there's some game stores where you rent it for like $5-10 for a week, $1 for a game rental depending on where you live, or Blockbuster you charge $9.50 or 2 for $15 for the rentals. So guys, this has been my review of this. It's been 9 minutes. I've given you a lot of good information, a lot of good reviews. Also, when it comes to reviews, like I said, when it comes to I'm picky. If someone says a movie's real good, and I look at the trailer and it doesn't look really all that great, I'll wait for it on DVD. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are like that, but like Fast Five, when it came out, a lot of people were dogging it, and myself, my cousin, my parents went and saw it, and we all loved it. Then I went and I saw it with Brian, and he loved it, and he said the same thing. It was good. So I don't listen to a lot of people when it comes to reviewing things because they like to overly criticize a lot. And like I said, no one is a better critic than yourself. If something looks good, check it out. You know, would you rather spend $10 to play the game for a couple of days and get a feel for it? Would you rather spend 60 and be out $60? Or unless you buy it used and and then you could return it within 7 days or something like that if you don't like it. Same thing with movies. Would you rather see a movie that looks crappy and spend $10 wherever you guys live for the movie, or would you rather wait for it on DVD and rent it for 5? See, myself, I'm going to see Pirates next Friday, and I've heard a lot of negative comments about it already, and it just came out yesterday, but it blew Fast Five out of the water. Opening day, it took in 35 million first day, to where Fast Five only took in 34.5 million. So we'll have to see what happens. Like I said, I'm going to see Pirates next weekend. I think I'm either going to go by myself or I'm going to go with Brian and his wife and take a girl out. Ask a girl out on a date. But like I said, you guys, no one is a better critic than yourselves. So check this game out if you're interested in it. Don't spend the $60. If you want to own it, wait until it drops down in price. LA Noir, I haven't gotten really too far into that. So once I get a little bit further into the game, I'll give somewhat of my review of that. And me and Brian are heading out to do Over the Limit. So guys, keep an eye out for that, and I'll see you later. I give this game an 8 out of 10. I give it a negative 1 star because of the fact is that the creative wrestler was a little lacked, and the gameplay itself. I give it an take away a star again because the fact is that it got way too repetitive. They should have involved a little bit more with the solo stories, and they could have made it more, and they could have made them shorter to make a couple of more. I mean, there was 10 matches and there was only 3. I mean, they could have made each story 5 matches, and then you could have had 3 more stories. You see what I'm saying? So guys, hopefully you enjoyed this. I know this video was a little bit long, but check it out. No one's a better critic than yourself, and have a good night, and we'll see you soon for Over the Limit predictions.